Hey guys, let's get more news from Dallas Cowboys, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Could Dak Prescott become highest paid QB ever in 2024? Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott's current contract pays him just $40 million per season, and he is in line to get a fresh deal next offseason. In fact, the 2024 NFL season is the last year of this extension he signed. Prescott, in his 8th season in the NFL, is having the best year of his career and is on pace to throw for well over 30 touchdown passes. He's also not turned it over nearly as much as he did last year, and the Cowboys are in a prime position to win the NFC East and host some playoff games. For as much hate as Prescott and the Cowboys get, they are one of the best teams in the NFL or have the potential to make a deep playoff run. Well, something that typically happens when teams enjoy success is their QB needing paid. And that can look differently. It could be a QB on a rookie contract earning their first big deal, or it can be someone like Prescott whose current deal is becoming outdated, and the Cowboys seem poised to extend Prescott next offseason. Sources tell CBS Sports that while Cowboys owner Jerry Jones has said the team is open to extending Prescott during this current season, there has been no conversation between the two sides about doing so. Instead, they'll focus on the offseason to hammer something out. The 2024 season marks the end of Prescott's 4-year, $160 million contract he signed in the 2021 offseason. That deal came together after nearly 2 years of negotiating and a franchise tag for the former 4th-round pick. For quarterbacks currently make at least $50 million per season, and I think Prescott is going to want to make at least that on a new deal. It might seem quite expensive, but with the NFL salary cap steadily increasing like it normally does, and players always trying to reset their respective positional markets, Prescott hitting $50 million per year on a new deal would not at all be shocking. And the Dallas Cowboys would be wise to do that, as Dak Prescott has been one of the best QBs in the NFL and does still have a shot at winning the NFL MVP award. Should the Dallas Cowboys go through with a likely extension for their QB? Cowboys and Dolphins each seek to cement contender status with win on Sunday. At various times this season, the Miami Dolphins and the Dallas Cowboys have looked like contenders or pretenders. Both teams are 10-4, have offenses and defense ranked near the top of the league, and have taken care of lesser competition, sometimes winning by eye-popping margins. But both have struggled against the best teams in the league. 3 of Miami's 4 losses have come against teams with winning records, while all 10 of its wins have come against teams that entered at .500 or worse. The Cowboys' only win against a team that currently has a winning record came 2 weeks ago in a 33-13 blowout of the ebbing Philadelphia Eagles. Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel said he told his players to not think about playoff seeding. Miami currently holds the number 2 spot in the AFC and can clinch a playoff berth with a win Sunday, or the narrative that they can't beat good teams. Anything other than to concern yourself with the next opponent, which for us is the Dallas Cowboys, any other narrative that has to do with good teams or playoff seeds or the next 3 games, all that stuff, McDaniel said Monday, I gave them the clearance to tell all members of the media to, with all due respect, F off, with all due respect. Whether they pay attention to it or not, the Dolphins can change that trend Sunday at home, where they have won 18 of their last 21 games. Tua Tagovailoa has a .792 winning percentage at home, which is the second best among active quarterbacks with at least 20 home starts. The Cowboys are 3-4 on the road. Last week, they lost 31-10 at Buffalo, giving up 266 yards rushing while recording only 195 yards total. You can't get to where you want to go being a .500 team on the road, Dallas coach Mike McCarthy said. You're not going to be playing playoff games at home with that record either. It's definitely a focus for us. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott is averaging 304 yards passing with 2 interceptions and a 74% completion rate at AT&T Stadium. On the road, he's averaged 216 yards per game with 5 picks and a 63% completion rate. The Cowboys clinched a playoff berth before kicking off against Buffalo, but still have a chance to win the NFC East and secure the top seed in the conference. McCarthy said his team will lean on a mix of veterans and youngsters the rest of the way. "This is why we spend so much time with our younger players," he said. "Because this is the time of year that young players are playing. And it's the most important time of the year because we're all fighting for playoff seeds and so forth. I think the biggest thing is just to stay after it, stay consistent and lean on your leadership." Dallas Cowboys and RB Duke Johnson agree to trade. Duke Johnson is signing a one-year contract with the Dallas Cowboys, ESPN.com's Adam Schefter tweets. The veteran pass defender will come from the Dolphins, who have added several starting-caliber backs since free agency opened. Previously with the Browns and Texans, Johnson spent much of the 2021 season under the radar. But he resurfaced with the Dolphins down the stretch. Johnson posted 2 100-yard rushing performances with Miami, helping the team beat the Jets and Patriots. He averaged 4.6 yards per carry with the Dolphins, who signed him to a practice squad deal during the season. With Raheem Mostert and Chase Edmonds now on the team led by Mike McDaniel, Johnson will head north. Randy Duke Johnson Jr., born September 23, 1993, is an American football running back who is a free agent. He was drafted by the Cleveland Browns in the 3rd round, 77th overall, of the 2015 NFL Draft. He played college football at the University of Miami. Johnson attended Miami Norland Senior High School in Miami Gardens, Florida, where he played football and ran track. As a sophomore, Johnson ran for 1,540 yards and 25 touchdowns. In his junior year, he led Norland to a 13-2 record and state runner-up. After beating the Sammy Watkins-led South Fort Myers 44-28 in the semifinals, Norland lost 44-34 to the unbeaten Tampa Jefferson in the Class 3A final. During his senior year, Johnson compiled 1,957 rushing yards and 29 touchdowns, 14 receptions for 232 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns, 3 kickoff returns and 1 punt return for scores, as he led Miami Norland to 15-0 finish and state Class 5A championship. In the championship game against Wakulla, he scored 5 touchdowns. He was also on the school's track and field team, where he was a standout sprinter and long jumper. He placed 5th in the long jump event at the 2010 MAC qualifiers, with a jump of 6.60 meters. In 2011, he placed 4th in the 100 meters at the 3rd annual Miramar Invitational, recording a career-best time of 10.62 seconds. He finished 3rd in the 200 meters at the FHSAA 3A District 16, with a time of 22.31 seconds. He was considered the best all-purpose running back recruit by Rivals.com. Johnson attended and played college football at the University of Miami from 2012 to 2014. And you fan, what do you think of the Duke Johnson situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.